All right, now to the ongoing battle over the housing discrimination settlement coming out of Westchester County. You know the story. It's made national headlines here, and we've talked about it on the show. HUD taking jabs at County Exec Rob Astorino, accusing him of trying to bring down the deal that was struck before he even came in office. Jim Johnson, the monitor overseeing the settlement with the feds, he wants the county executive, Mr. Astorino, to testify. All right. How do you think, Phil, this plays out?
Yeah, Phil.
You don't have 2 hours. Yeah.
Let's see.
We've been talking about this thing for 5 years now.
Yeah, how it plays out.
Liberty or Woodbury?
Yeah, there you go. Well, first of all, I have to say that it's amusing that this has become part of the governor's attack plan on Astorino in this election, only because his right-hand man, Larry Schwartz, was the deputy county executive when this lawsuit was brought up in the first place.
Yes.
Back in 2000.
Although I don't think Larry's too conflicted about what to do here.
No, but I mean, but this business, and you know,
he called it
right
garbage.
Until somebody reminded me the other day that Sue Tolchin, who was she called it garbage, the spokesman for. So you know, to sort of they're kind of, I think, putting Astorino in the position of actually being the one who got this thing all started in the first place, when in fact he inherited this issue. How is he handling it? He's drawing it out. In my opinion, he's drawing it out too far, and it's going to cost the county too much money.
But my point about this whole thing is, this wasn't Rob's fault. He didn't create the deal. He inherited the deal. Right. So I know the tact he's chosen. But at the end of the day, we know how the final chapter reads. Whether you agree with him or disagree with him, there's a deal. He can't get out of the deal. Right. And it's going to cost the county money. Exactly. The longer he draws this out, the less there's any reason for HUD to do the dance anymore. He can't win the fight.
Yeah, but he is completing the deal. He is building the housing. He's doing what was mandated.
That's one part of it.
That's a part of it.
He's doing the deal. Right. His thing is, he doesn't think the federal government has a right to change local zoning laws.
But hasn't that part been asked and answered, though, Bill? I mean, whether or not he thinks that, and whether or not he's even right or not.
But they're planning to do this all over the country. This is going to happen all over the country.
But that's not his fight. His fight is to carry out the terms of the deal, right?
It came across this way.
What he just said is the key point. Rob inherited a settlement, a problem, a lawsuit he didn't create, and he then adopted a rhetorical stance towards this that is an attack on federal power, consistent with his Tea Party roots. What the current situation is not a fight about the law or about the policy. It's a fight about who's going to be in charge of the rhetoric. And Rob won't back off, and the feds want him to back off.
Who's in charge of
local
local
interesting
zoning?
Underlying argument here, which is there a formula by which minorities or people in lower income groups are underrepresented in a particular community, whether it's intentional or unintentional? Does that have to be addressed? Is there X number of people who make this amount, or X number of people of...
I'm glad you brought there's X amount of...
Right.
But with all due respect, you're absolutely right. You all are. But it's already been resolved. There was a deal that was signed by both parties. The county legislature got their voice. The county executive at the time did as well. He might not like the deal he inherited, but it's a deal.
But the federal government has said that quarter-acre zoning may be racially exclusionary. Does anyone at the table think that quarter-acre zoning is racially exclusionary?
We will solve quarter-acre zoning in the break here. We'll be right back.
Have the debate.